who is my personal hero because he was able to screen share, thank goodness. Um, we'll be watching from Samson's POV, and he is the green player. So host, I think you have all the colors right, except Samson should be green. Everyone else is correct. And Samson gets to go first. We are underway here. No worries, Eric. Thank you. All right, so what Samson is likely looking at when he's checking out his spawn here, he's trying to consider what bonus he wants since this is a fixed game. So as far as the bonuses are concerned, there are two plus twos. There is Sunrise Manor, and actually my mistake, there's only one plus two. But there are two plus threes. The Strip and Paradise right in the middle of the board there are your plus threes. Sunrise Manor is also kind of in the middle of the board. Then you have five plus fours. You got Enterprise and Spring Valley over in the bottom left. Then you have Greater Whitney, also in the middle of the board. Then you have Lake Mead all the way on the east. North Las Vegas in the north, of course. And then you have two plus sevens. You have Henderson all the way at the bottom. And then you have Las Vegas all the way in the top left, which I'm assuming would be downtown Las Vegas since the whole map is also called Las Vegas. Alrighty. So it looks like Green took a card, and Silent appears to have done some moving around to get out of people's way. Neither of the first two players were able to take a bonus, but Silent appears to be lining up the Paradise bonus right in the middle of the board, which has a blizzard in it. And Dog Sergeant went ahead and took the Greater Whitney bonus, which is a +4, and moves out of the bonus that Lena was signaling for. Lena is going to take a turn 1 +3 here. I believe that is the Strip bonus that Lena is about to take. Also, folks, this is a 70% game. So, in addition to bonuses, these players are, well, bonuses is but a means to an end. That end is a 70% run with 41 territories required of the 58 that are on this map. So that means you need all but 17 of the 58 territories on the Las Vegas map in order to win this round and take the W. This tournament does have placement points. So if a player gets eliminated, they get 2 points for 6th place, so on and so forth. First place, I believe, is worth 15 rather than 12. And then if everyone is alive or whoever's alive when the 70% run is done, I believe they split those points. And bounties, I think bounties are worth more than 3 points apiece, if I'm not mistaken. They might be worth exactly 3 points. I don't know. The game I saw yesterday, 2 bounties were taken, and that player ended up on 14 points. Actually, no. Yeah, bounties are worth 3 points. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can do math. 8 plus 6. Yeah, I can do math. Alrighty, so we have some more bonuses taken here. Lena Kitty did indeed take the Strip. I forget what that West bonus is called, but Leona has that one. That's a +4. And then Green was able to get the bottom left bonus. Silent finishes the Paradise bonus, moves into the +2 that Leona was angling for. So all 5 players now have their bonus. Dog Sergeant, though, is the first to collect on his extra bonus troops. But since, actually, no, Sergeant, I think, is on a +4. Yeah. So Sergeant is going to be enjoying a nice yeah, he got his +4 on turn 1, which is solid. So Lena Kitty and Silent both being on +3s will fall behind if this game takes too long. Um but at least for now it's certainly anyone's game. Lena appears to have lost the fewest troops in the first couple turns. and is on 30 troops, about 4 or 5 troops ahead of everybody else. Of course, Leona had yet to take her turn. Leona is also on 30 plus troops. Weak guard from dog. I wonder if someone breaks him. Yeah, 3 points every bounty. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone broke him. Looks like we're going to have some good neighbor play going on here. Does Leona greed out for that +2 that Silent moved into? I'm going to assume no. I think Silent might be thinking, hey, since I'm on a +3, let me see if I can angle for this +5. Or at the very least, he was thinking, I'm not going to let someone who has a +4 just straight up take another bonus. Green has the most initiative for the 70% run. Yeah, that 8 is open to a number of different directions. And it looks like he's going to combine his stack. If I was green here, I would move everything there and combine the 4 onto the 6. But that's just me. He's moving the 2 over to the 4. Solid. So yeah, green is in a lot of spots for a potential early run, or even a late future run. The blizzards on this board are interesting. The 2 blizzards in the middle of the board uh, cause this to kind of be a little bit of a loop in the middle. That 3 of whites normally connects into the paradise bonus, but there's not really a way for that to happen here. And then the blizzards up in the top left don't obstruct too much, but the fact that they're together means you have to path carefully to go around that bend and around that corner, when normally it's fairly easy to path and angle in and out of those territories there if you're trying for a run. And then the other blizzard that's in green's bonus, yeah, you kind of have to dance around that a little bit, but that's a little bit less of an obstruction. It does, though. That blizzard and the blizzard in purple's bonus makes the 8 stack that green has a very powerful territory. That territory has a lot of runway and blocks up a lot of the board as well. Or maybe not a lot of the board, but it blocks off enough of it. All right, so we have 2 large stacks in that +2, just kind of pointed at each other. I don't think we see anyone go for a second bonus here. The only second bonus that's viable is that +2 in the middle, and Silent and Leona are keeping each other off of it. Looks like Leona's going to block guard against green a little bit there. Takes a quick card. Samson does not have a set on 3. Well, that's not a huge issue. This is a fixed game, so you guys are likely aware of this, but the way the sets work with fixed, if you have 3 dudes looking at you, that means you get 4 troops. If you have 3 horsies looking at you, even though they're cute, they only give you 6 troops. If you have 3 cannons looking at you, that's a little bit more firepower, but not the best. That gives you 8 troops. And then if you have 1 of each, you know, a little bit of diversity in the mix there, then you get 10 troops for that set. Leona playing greedy could cost her. I don't know if she's insisting yet, unless she started signaling to Silent that or pointing to the 9 of silence, and then I missed it. Surprised they're keeping this a 1 bonus game since there are only 5. Yeah, I think the only reason for that, Zango, is the fact that Silent and Leona are keeping each other from getting the +2, and I don't think anyone else could stomach someone taking that +4 on the right. Or the +4 up top. And then there's those +7s. I don't think anyone's going to allow the +7. There's just not enough bonuses. Yeah, hard to get more than 1 continent. Yeah. Yeah, I on this map, 1 bonus makes sense. Um, The early +3 isn't terrible, but personally, I would go for a +4. That's just me though. I would be a little bit patient for a +4. Of course, you can't be too patient. If 3 turns go by and you still don't have your bonus, then it would have been a mistake to not take a +3. All right, Leona takes a card, moves the 9 to the west there. Or sorry, Lena takes a card, moves the 9 to the west there. Now Leona's up. Leona sets on 3 for 10. Lucky 10 trade there for Leona. Does Leona go for an early run here? 57 troops. Early trade, but why? I think yeah, she can't run. I think the reason why you early trade and fixed is because it doesn't, right? Holding it also doesn't matter, right? So even if you don't run it, you can still put the troops on the board and block it up. I don't know. Whenever I get a set on 3 and fixed, I always immediately set regardless of the game mode. And also regardless of whether I'm going to do anything with it. Yeah, so Leona just takes a card. True, still a bit unnecessary. Fair enough. I don't know. I'd rather, if I have the best set I can get in fixed, I'd rather have those troops on the table than in my hand. That's just a personal preference though. Samson decides not to trade. I think Samson is staring at 3 horses and 2 dudes in his hand, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Silent is up. Scares everyone else. Yeah, and they focus you more. I don't know. I think these players are good enough to know that they'll eventually get their trades. Silent takes a card on white, moves back. So far, nobody has set on 4 cards. Leona's set on 3, and Samson and Silent did not set. They went to 5. But it's a prog game, so the card count doesn't matter too much. Or it's not a prog game, so the card count doesn't matter too much. So it looks like Dog and Silent have a nice little trading pocket there between those blizzards. Yeah, doubtful that there's kills unless someone feeds. Correct. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Lena sets on 4 for 10. Yeah, Samson has 3 horses and 2 dudes, so Samson will be trading for 6 here in a moment. Leona is on 57 troops. Or sorry, Lena is on 57 troops. I keep doing that. I apologize. Run, yeah. A run from anyone is tough. I don't really see anyone running it. It's the players are doing a really good job of blocking up the important spots. $63 troops for Leona. Continues to add, pressuring that 9. Takes a card on Lena. Samson turns in his horsey trade. I mean, it's not the best set, but you might say it's stable. Okay, sorry. You guys can cancel me for that one. Anyway, so he's putting on his 6 troops. Zycron in the chat rooting for his World Cup teammate. Very high odds Silent Leona or Lena win this game. Yeah, I agree. I will say though, I played against Dog Sergeant in the World Cup. I wouldn't count him out. And then as a caster, I'm also not going to count out the gentleman who was kind enough to share their screen. I think Samson should have his 16 stack placed a little bit differently. because that 16 doesn't have a lot of runway based on where it's pointing. Um, I would angle that 16. I would put it either in front of the 8 or in front of the pink 1. Has a lot more runway doing that. Micah for president? Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'd be a great president, but I think regardless of who's president, half the country hates you anyway. So, but at least if I'm president, I get to choose which half of the country hates me, right? Anyway, Gus for prime minister? Oh, I'm gonna that's my first act as president. Create a cabinet position in the American government called prime minister, and I'll put Gus in there. That sounds like an excellent idea. Yeah, the portals are definitely gonna be a major factor here because everyone is doing a good job of blocking up the normal lines and the normal. Well, I say normal because there's blizzards on the board, so it's not exactly normal. But everyone's doing a good job of blocking up all the lines that aren't uh, that are natural anyway. So the portal lines are going to matter a whole lot. Silent having a 15 stack there with all those green ones, um, definitely helps his situation. Gus says thanks, much appreciated. Yeah, whoever runs first will fail. Yeah. These settings as far as I can tell, and I've this is only the second game I've casted. As far as I can tell, you're more likely to win if you're the guy who goes after the guy who just failed to run, or gal. Talik, shut up. That sounds like it's coming from a place of experience there, Swunk. Just gotta pray you're the guy who's behind the. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. How do you play 40 chess and position your stack such that the player before you is more tempted to run it? I'm I'm not exactly sure. I'm only a 2D chess player, so let alone 4D. That's too many Ds for me. Giggity. Yeah, I would like Samson a little more if his 20 was in a different spot. I don't like where his 20 has to hit too much troops. I guess it hits the 9 and still has plenty of runway to go. Zycron says Leona had it last turn. A couple of practice, no to the 71st time. 20 is open. You're right. 20 would be open if Leona ran. That's true. It's not 35 territory. So I'll go ahead and bring it up again. This map, you need 41 territories to run the 70. Samson is unfortunately looking at a dude trade. So Samson is probably going to go to 5 cards, if I had to guess, unless he thinks that he has it with the 3. 41 without Blizz, 38 with Blizz. Okay, is there a way? Am I putting up the wrong map info? Yes, I was putting up the wrong map info. This is because I'm a bad streamer. Sorry, guys. 38 territories are needed because the Blizzards changed the math on the 70%. Anyway, I'm working to improve every day. Thanks for the help, chat. Um, that's why you have talent. Right, exactly. No, I could not cast this without you guys in here. Oh no, only vice president. But that's a ceremonial role. Oh man. Well, it's only a ceremonial roll if you're not trying to actively figure out how to assassinate the top guy, right? If I was vice president, I would be a little bit evil. And I'd be like, all right, how do I kill this dude as soon as possible so that I can get the power? Oh, Leona's running it. If this isn't a run, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's a run. 39. Does she have it? Still has the 16 in the middle that she hasn't used. Doesn't get the 1 there. I don't think that 5 connects up to the portal 1. Runs out of time. Okay, that 20 is open, but Leona didn't use the 16 stack. If I'm Samson, I set and I just go, right? Leona might have had it with a little bit more time. I think Leona did have it with a little bit more time. I think the caution and the hesitance that Samson is showing is a mistake. This is definitely his opportunity to win. The nerves are definitely getting the better of him, and half his clock is gone. He's still thinking about where to go. Someone is definitely going to run this. If it's not Samson. Samson parks his 22 stack on the portal and draws a 4th dude. So if Samson gets another turn, he's going to have a 4 trade. Silent sets for 10 on 4. On 70 troops, I think if you're Silent, you run it here. Moves on to the portal. Leaves a 3 there. He's going to clean up some 1s that Leona left behind. He's going to roll some 3v1s. Gets them both, even though they cost him a little bit. Loses 6 on that, but has some runway to pick up a few extra spots. Is on 40%, still has that 10 to use, a 9 up top, and a 15. Quickly running out of time. 54%. He has this. He needs to go a little faster. He's going to run out of time. Not quite enough time. 67%. I think he still needed 1 more territory even after that 1. Dog Sergeant sets for 10. Dog's turn to try it. Now he gets to follow in the wake of 2 players. Yeah, Silent needed 2 territories. He needed that 1 and he needed 1 more. Dog is on 37. Still has a 16 stack to use. Runs out of steam with that one. The 10 picks up where it left off. 14, 62, 4, 6, 7. I think Dog has it here. 69 and 70. GG's and congrats to Dog Sergeant for taking the W.